I just got a call back on the spot. Happy birthday to me. This is part 4 of the Pet Journey Club, and I believe I left off at that EMT who basically had my back and transported my client's dog for me. That was crazy. That was crazy. He's amazing. He's also what he called an animal warden. So animal warden, he runs an animal sanctuary. Yeah. So anyway, look at God, right? God sent an angel and a devil to my very first car crash, right? And so from that accident, I tried really hard to stay positive and like be on a positive tip and think better, because I remember it took so long. And once I got the officer to amend the police report, a lawyer, I can't remember the name, they took my case. And I remember sitting across from the lawyer, and he's like, well, just be happy that you have your health, your health and your life, because this could be even worse. And I was like, I remember saying to him, what good is a life if people like you guys with money and power can just take it from me? What good is it? And I knew right then and there that my life was I was spiraling. That accident was kind of like an oil spill in my life, because I had been working really hard to heal and to whatever, but I didn't realize I was way far away from any healing. That I was just getting started. It was like an oil spill, baby. And oil spill in my life, and all these things started coming up to the point where I could not stop. This was between October 2018 and 2022. I could not get out of a very dissociated, deregulated, and derealized place. And I learned the words for them. It's a car accident, and I also had a mild concussion, so that is also. But I remember thinking, like, I stayed in my house for 15 days straight, did not go to work, called out of all work, did not do anything. Didn't answer the phone, only answered the phone for maybe 1 or 2 people. I couldn't focus on anything. You would be talking to me and I'll just start talking to somebody else. Whatever it was. or I would repeat things, like something like sparks my memory or brain. I'll be like, oh, I like this. Oh, I like this. Oh, I like I never just told, like I didn't just tell you that. And I was like that for a good 3 or 4 years, because I had worked so hard to get that, I had worked so hard to get that car. And just for some road rager to take it away and some cop to just kind of let him and not have my back, that really hurt. It hurt. It was very hurtful. It's hard to talk about. So, I remember thinking, like, I hate my life. I would not even, it would be so subconscious. I'd just be cooking and be like, I hate my life. I hate my life. I hate everything. I hate my life. I hate. I didn't want to die. But I didn't want to like unalive myself or just be dead. I didn't want to any of that stuff, but I understood what people feel. I understood what it means to get to a place where you don't feel the need to exist anymore. It was very dark. Very dark. So much so that I lost my hair. I gained weight like automatically. I was trying so hard to stay positive, but it was, I still showed up for the auditions though. And I wound up, I did the audition that I had that day. And then the day of the accident, I had an audition. And I basically asked them to like, let me out of the hospital so I can go to this audition. Let me out of Totowa, New Jersey, so I can figure out how to get on a train and catch an Uber and get to this audition. And I did. I showed up everywhere. I mean, I might have showed up half-assed. I might have showed up because all my makeup and stuff was in the car, but I always showing up for people, showing up. I never stopped. I never took a stop, but I was showing up, smiling. And in the back of my head, it's like, I can't do this. Life sucks. Everything sucks. My life sucks. I don't know if you want to blame it on the concussion or what, but it was just like, all the things that I thought that I had healed from came right back up. So it was like, no, you didn't heal, you buried. And now here you go, and here you go. Deal with it. Here you go. Here it is in your face. And at first I was like, God, why would you do that? Why would you do that right now? So me and God, I love God, don't get me wrong. But me and God, we went through some things that year. I was showing up though. I was showing up for the doggies. I was transporting the animals, but me and God, me and myself, you know, and I just didn't understand. Like, why would you do that right now? Why right now? Why? I don't need any fucking lessons right now. I just need to climb and get where I need to get, and I need to save, and I need to get where I need to get. I was so angry. Ooh, I was angry. I think I even booked this job. I can't remember the year, but I think I booked this job where we did some theater with JagFest in Vermont. And I know those people probably hate me right now. It was a show direct. I can't even remember. I do not remember. I like buried things out of my head. Jalen Livingston, NJ Iguana. Okay, so maybe it was a group of shows, and my piece was directed by her, and was written by a few other people. But I completely dissociated the entire time. I was never present. Never present. I was never present. I was masking and trying to be the best basically, if you told me you needed me to be this, I was always this. And that's it. You could not bend me. I had no flexibility. I had no malleability. And I believe that is what hindered my artist performance. That's also what hindered my relationships, because I just showed up. I was not present though. I was in a seesaw, and I was distracted. I probably wasn't the best person in that moment to be good for them, because I wasn't even really good for myself. Now, I will give myself credit because I showed up. So that was good for myself to show up regardless. But I was like trying to prove how strong I was to myself. And it's like, no. I realize now I never needed to prove how strong I was. All I needed to do was take care of me. I didn't need to prove anything to myself. I didn't need to prove anything to anyone, right? But I was always showing up. And I remember, even though I was dissociated, these places that I was going with the animals, as well as with the theater, as well as whatever, they were healing me little by little. I mean, it took some time, but they were healing me. The trees, being away in nature. I remember the first night the home that I was supposed to stay in flooded, and I was supposed to stay with another girl. I can't remember her name. And they asked us, they was going to place us somewhere else, but that other place only had one bedroom. And I remember thinking, oh gosh, here we go again. Like, why does it have to always be that? One bedroom, so it's two. So that means it's between the two of us. This girl is going to stand up and say she wanted, and so now I got to be left out again. My brain thought that. Instead of saying, I'll take the first bedroom and let her figure her life out, instead of taking care of myself, I'm thinking I have to show up, but not for myself, for others. So I let her take the second one, and they asked what I wanted, and I said, it's okay, I'll just sleep on the couch. Because I didn't feel like I was worthy of anything else. And I started sleeping on the couch, and then I was like, wait a minute, why have I not negotiated anything better for myself? Why am I allowing this? I had to ask myself that. And then I'm just like, I asked myself that, and then I said, God, this is you again. Here you go, playing with me. You playing with me, man. You playing with me. You putting me on the couch. You're making me separate from everyone. You're making me victim. I was so angry, and rightfully so. Rightfully so, because I had come from one trauma, and I was still in it. And so it was rightful that I had that personal trauma. You know what I mean? But I needed to talk it out, not place that trauma onto that situation, because I wound up in another house. A music lady, I don't remember any names. I just remember the directors, because they talked to me a lot. They were only people that I listened to because I was present for them. I was present enough to take the orders, you know? Somebody crashing out. Oh, Lord. Let me get out of here. I think I'll be all right. But, like 5 minutes. And so after that, and then I went home after that experience, which was a great experience. I wound up in a separate home, which was good, and they treated me like all nice and stuff. And I finally had someone to look out for me, because I could not look out for me and no one else was thinking, you know, not to say they weren't thinking about me, but I just wasn't standing up for myself. And because I wasn't present, you know, someone else was present for me. I wound up staying for that Jag Fest in a home by myself, but I would still go to rehearsals and stuff. The lady would take me to rehearsals like I was like her daughter or something. It was pretty cool. And we finished the show. It was a great show. And I didn't dissociate it during the actual show, but before and after, of course. I wasn't quite ready to leave. It was just more like things were getting hard. So that's when I recognized, so remember I said the accident was kind of like an oil spill. That's when I recognized that the part of my life that has been so sabotaging was that when things get hard, it's like, maybe God want me to leave, maybe it's time, and you just say God wants you to, God, maybe God. Don't put God in it first you need to check yourself first. And New York was doing me good, but I didn't realize it. Okay, I was dissociated with all the bad and the noise in my head. Okay, New York was doing me really good. And I might have jumbled some of the story together, so I can't really remember what's what or whatever. But, and then I do believe that some of the dissociation I noticed after the car accident. So before the actual car accident, I didn't think anything was wrong with me. The car accident helped me understand the things that were wrong with me. I then one day just like broke down and called. I don't even remember. You can't even. I Googled, called one number, and asked for therapy. The man said I charged $300, and I was like, oh. He said maybe yeah. I said, oh, I got Medicaid, and he's like, here's a number. Here's a few numbers that might take your Medicaid. I then called the first number on the list, and I got Dr. Sue. I love this lady. And moving to LA made me love her more, because she is it, okay? People call themselves therapists and take all these psychology classes and think they something. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Everybody ain't it. And I learned later on, you ain't going to always find a Dr. Sue everywhere. So when you get a good one, you hold on to them as long as you can. I got a Dr. Sue, and I called, and I was just ready for the first appointment. She kept asking me, how did I find her? And I was like, I do not know. I called some guy, and some guy sent me to you. I don't remember. Dr. Sue held me down from 2018, helped me understand a little more about what I was going through, what was happening in my head. And then I remember fixating on the police officer Rumsfeld, that had treated me that way. I was fixated on that, baby. I wanted revenge. And I hate it when people would say revenge is the Lord's. You shouldn't want revenge. Don't tell me nothing what I should or shouldn't do. You need to deal with my emotions. Help me deal with my emotions or move away. Don't give me no fucking advice about you shouldn't feel this. You shouldn't feel this is what I feel. Okay? And if you want to be there for someone, you don't need to know everything about everything. You simply ask and listen. And if I say I feel like revenge, then you need to understand the rage that's inside me. the desire for justice that's inside me. I'm walking around and I'm completing dog trips and I'm going to, I'm trying, I'm hustling, paying bills and stuff, but I am angry and I am rageful. And if I say I want revenge, you need to hear the anger in me. Don't tell me what to do, and don't tell me how to feel, and don't tell me what to think, and please don't try to patch me up with God. I love God. Don't get it twisted. I believe in God. I believe in spirits. I believe in spiritual things. But in this moment, God is great. God is good, but I'm angry. I'm angry. And I got the chance to just deal with that with Dr. Sue, a professional. I then told Dr. Sue I'm leaving. I'm going to I'm going to go to LA. I feel like God is calling me to go to LA. I feel like something's pulling me to LA because I kept getting a lot of dog trips to California. And I kept getting a lot of auditions in California. And from California, casting directors. So, and then one day, something crazy. I always think about this, and I was like, that's a sign. The shoe falling at my foot, baby, that's a sign. I'm out. I got on the road. I don't know if it was a real sign or if I was losing my but baby, I made it a sign. I got on the road. I did, first stop was Texas because one of my clients not my client. I had a situation where a company helped me in Texas, Amarillo. They helped me with my car because my car engine blew at that time, and they wound up trying to help me. I bought the new engine. The new engine didn't work in my new car, so they gave me one of the cars on their lot for like the price I paid for the engine. So I paid $1,000 for the engine, and they were like, "Oh, this ain't gonna work, but here's a car that you can just take this one for $1,000. We could call it even." It's me to come help them rescue some dogs from behind their house. It's a pack of 4 dogs that were homeless dogs, and they were like Pyrenees dogs. They were Great Pyrenees mixed with Catahoula. It's the spotted dog. I think it's Catahoula leopard dog or something, sheepdog. 4 dogs, and one got pregnant. So she was like, hey, before the pandemic, she says, hey, can you help me with these dogs? Do you help rescue? And I said, not really. I've never rescued, but I'm sure I could like figure out how to do it. And she says, hey, yeah, because maybe I'll call you sometime in a few months. She's pregnant and we're going to probably need help with rescue. And I was like, okay, cool. So February 2019. Hey, the dog has had its babies. Can you come to Texas and help me capture? Absolutely, baby. And I'm overwhelmed and I'm leaving New York. But I'm going to get on this road and run away from my problems. Because for one, like I said, one thing, I will always show up for others and for them dogs. I might not have showed up for myself, but I would show up for others and them dogs. And that gave me something to do, gave me a path to run. Last 2 weeks probably take us about 2 weeks to catch these dogs. You know what I'm saying? Baby, tell me why. First day, I pull up to her after I quarantined for 14 days or 10 days, 14 days. First day, we call all the dogs. I, along with their help, basically told them what I think they should do. I basically got it. We called all the dogs. Called the 4 dogs plus her 9. There's 4 dogs plus 9 puppies. Caught them. Dissociated, deregulated, whatever the fuck you want to call it. I caught. It's like I was working on autopilot, but I had no idea of my own gifts. I didn't care about no gifts. I didn't care. Just whatever you want me to do, I'll be there and I'll do it. Okay? And I knew how to do it. I just know how to be high functioning. And I didn't know how to take care of myself. I just knew how to high function. You ask me to do something, I will learn how to do it and do it. So that is part 4. Baby, let's go ahead and call this the road to 10K, baby, because lessons learned on this part 4. How to rescue dog. That is the end of today. Thank you so much. We getting better with discipline. So if I don't post tomorrow, then just know I'm going to post within the 2 to 3 days. Again, part 5 of the Pet Journey Club story. And yes, I'm raising money to take all these lessons I've learned and put it into an app. And I hope that you will believe in me and join in me enough to send me $2, $3, $5. Because if I can get, we thank you so much. We are down to needing. We got a pledge of 100. Pledge of 100, so $255. And let's just say we have $255. Let's say we have $300. So $9,700. Can I get 97 people to give me $100? Not give me, but donate. And this is not just a donation, because I will be gifting. I'm coming up with a gift for everyone. So, and it won't just be dog stuff, I promise. It's going to be something that you would thoughtful. Can I get 970 people to give me $10? Can I get 90 people to give me $170? How can we do this? But I believe it can be done. Help the Pet Journey Club build this app today. Thank you so much. And I will see you on part 5 when we post. Catch up.